I thought this free Google tool was too good to be true, and it helped me to spy on competition's Google map listings so that I could generate higher quality leads and ultimately rank higher for search terms across Google. What am I talking about? I'm talking about GMB Everywhere. This tool is unbelievable. It could help to dramatically increase your ranking factor across your Google profile when people search for categories or terms related to your industry. If you want to find out more on how you can use this free tool right now to supercharge your Google Map listing profile, stick around. Okay, GMB Everywhere is the name of this program. You can go to GMB, that's G for Gary, M for Mary, B for Bob, everywhere.com, and you will be presented with this page. Now, what is GMB Everywhere? What it is, it's a competitor analysis tool. So we'll get into it in just a second, but essentially what it allows you to do is ethically spy and pull all the information from your competitors' Google business listing and their maps listings to see what's working for them, how you can take that information and turbocharge your own profile and outrank them. Now, anyone who tells you that you can outrank everyone and get to the first rank link of Google without paid services is full of crap, because that takes a very, very long time and a lot of different metrics. But this is a great way to start building that momentum. So ultimately, you start to do outrank people who are not doing as much as you when it comes to their business listings, because when Google sees you using their Google My Business profiles and the way that you can optimize it organically over time, they will help to rank you higher because you're going to give a better result for the people searching for a particular key term. So GMB Everywhere. First step, you want to go and install the Chrome extension and leave your details. It may require an email sign up. Just use your business emails. If you look at the pricing, it is free, or $25 a month, or $12 a month if you pay annually. That is in US dollars. But what the free version entitles you to, which is what you should get, you don't need to pay for this, is 5 audits per month. So you can look at 5 competitors' locations around you to see what they're doing to start to outrank them organically over time. You need to give this weeks and months to do this, but you can put these into effect today. So go and install the Chrome extension. And then what will happen is you can go and search for a key term on Google. So you might go to Google and type in funeral provider near me, cremation services near me, and then go to Google Maps, and you will see all of this information underneath each of these profiles. So where I would normally start would be looking at the business with the highest amount of testimonials, because testimonials are so important as a ranking factor in Google. So definitely encourage your clients to leave them. We'll have more videos on that as well, because ultimately these guys are doing something right. So let's see what's working for them and what we can take away. But first, let's look at each of these. We have what's called a basic audit. Don't worry about teleport. We have review audit, and we have a post audit. Let's look at these one at a time so we understand what they are. So just to recap, you've gone to gmbeverywhere.com. You've installed the Chrome extension. You are searching for your competitors around your area, and you are clicking on the one that has the highest amount of reviews. And then you click on what's called a basic audit. So what happens now is that GMB Everywhere is going through and it is doing, as it says, an audit of this business's Google Maps listing, their Google My Business profile listing. And if you're not aware of what GMB is or Google My Business, that's where you go to update your business address, your times, to shut things off, to turn things down, to change images, etc. So you should be familiar with it if you have a listing that comes up that shows your address, your contact number, etc. So a lot of this I don't really pay attention to. There's really only 2 or 3 things that I look at. So the first one is categories. And if we mouse over, it says that GMB categories assigned to the business on Google Maps. The first category is the primary category. So cremation services are their primary business service or primary business category listing. It says the values assigned here have a very high impact on local SEO performance. So if you're a funeral provider and you provide cremation services, but you only have funeral home as your category, you are potentially missing out on some really good ranking opportunities and abilities for people to find you, because Google will just say, well, these people only do cremations. They don't do funerals. So I'm only going to start to promote them to people who search for cremation services. So when you go through and look at your GMB profile, there will be listings across the top and it will say categories. Ensure that you are putting in all of the category information that is relevant to your business. So casket service, funeral home, funeral director, cremation service. If we look at another one, for example, fixed price cremations, let's have a look at what they have written here as a cremation service as well. So they've got funeral director, service establishment, funeral home. Yet they are called fixed price cremations, and they do not have cremation service as their primary business listing. So automatically, I would tell that business, you need to add that category in. Next, what I would be looking at is really, you can go down to what's called the SEO audit link. So here, this is called the website content indexed by Google. So what does that mean? It means what's the information that Google has seen that's been a new addition to their website. It might be a blog or a page. And then I click on this and we can see what they are posting on Google. So you can see on the 29th of June, 2023, they updated or they included information on their About page. There's grief support. 6 days ago, they posted funeral directors and cremation services in Shoalhaven. Bear Memorials, Natalie, funeral arranger, understanding the crematorium process in Queensland. So these types of information is very powerful because it could allow you to go and write a blog post on the process of arranging a funeral, arranging a cremation, what happens after the cremation, what happens with your family's ashes, what type of urns do people buy, where can you buy urns, what are some common places to scatter a loved one's ashes. So you can write blog posts, have Google scan them, and then it further add to people searching for cremation services, because now you have cremation services it might be in your business name, like fixed price cremations. We can also see that they've written blog posts about cremations, and in their categories, they are also listing cremation services. So Google says, okay, this is definitely a business that is related to someone searching for cremation services. I'm going to organically push that higher than businesses that don't have that information. So a very powerful little tool, and we've not even paid for this service yet. We've just used a free tool to identify where we can improve our Google Maps listing. So the next one that we want to have a look at is called a review audit. So what happens is that GMB Everywhere goes through and it scans every single one of the reviews. So all 386 reviews, it is now going through and scanning. And what it does is it gives you an on-page report that shows you all the timeline of their reviews. But most importantly, what it does is it identifies the same words that have been used in multiple reviews. And this is really powerful. And I'm going to show you why in just a second. It could be things like casket, it could be flowers, it could be urn, it could be beautiful ceremony, it could be beach ceremony, it could be something. These words in here that we're going to look at, as you can see here now, so they got average number of reviews given by people who reviewed this business. So you can see the average person who reviews this business has left 11 other reviews on average within their own profile. So these are the people that you want to target when finalizing your afterlife services with these people or end of life services. You really always want to be asking for reviews. Now, that could just be via an email. It could be a phone call a couple of weeks after the service. You might post them out a little postcard that says, thank you, we're thinking of you in this time. How can we do better next time? Please let us know what you thought about the service. We'd really appreciate it. And you can generate those reviews, because the more reviews you have, the higher organically you will rank in time over Google, because Google will see you as an authority that many people have taken the time to leave a review about your business. It must be credible. It must be good. Therefore, I'm going to push it higher in the search results when people search for cremation services, end of life services. So we know Bear because Bear's the name of the place. Service, cremation, process. So we know that if you looked at our Google ad competitor audits, that affordability, simplification, having a smooth process were like the 2-3 highest metrics, or the 2-3 highest prerequisites that people look for before deciding to deal with a business. So people would likely be saying the whole process was so smooth, they were so caring. I love the fact that they are a family-run business. They were so helpful and professional. They're such a great company to deal with. They were always in contact with me throughout the service. They provided an excellent, wonderful, compassionate care. They were always available on the phone when I needed them. The process of getting the ashes was fantastic, excellent service. So what can we learn from that? Well, we can learn that the process was very important to at least 76 people. So that could be the difference between, if you could generate 10% of process-driven people and convert them into buyers by simply having a blog post that says how the cremation service works. Read here, leave your details, contact us now. So that's potentially 76, 10% of that, 7 people, 10% of that, 1 person, let's say, and that could be extra $5,000, $6,000 bottom line to your business at the end of the year. So that's a really great way to look into how to audit these businesses. And we just do one more. We're going to look at what's called a post audit. So what happens is that when within your GMB profile, your Google My Business profile, you have the ability to post little updates about your business. Think a Facebook post or an Instagram post. It's the native, it's the local thing that you can post around your business in your GMB profile. That is very important because a lot of businesses don't do this. We can see that there's no posts that this company have. So if you're posting on a regular basis saying how to arrange a funeral service, how to arrange a cremation services, what happens after your loved ones are cremated, and you just write little mini 200-300 word blog posts, you can add an image there. When people go to look at this business, Google will scan those blog posts, and if you're constantly talking about cremations, funerals, end-of-life services, flower arrangements, how to choose a funeral director, etc., all of those keywords will again help to rank you higher. So you have posts on GMB everywhere that talk about cremations. Your category listing talks about having cremation services. You are posting things about it, and your reviews are high because you have asked people to leave a review to your business. So that's 3 metrics that all will work in tandem of one another to help Google say, this business is exactly what this person is searching for, because the whole point of Google is to put people who search for terms in touch with the perfect outcome or the perfect business. If I want a steak restaurant, I don't want to be looking at a seafood restaurant. I want Google to show me immediately the steak restaurants in my area. And ideally, I'm going through and I'm looking at the steak restaurant that has the most reviews, that is the highest review count, and any information that they have on their GMB profile, like their opening hours, their location, maybe some blog posts about how to cook the best steak, for example. So I hope that helped you in your journey. GMBeverywhere.com. Look at the most popular competitors in your area, do a basic review, make sure your categories are updated, make sure all your business information is updated. Look at what reviews they are getting and the keywords that are being written in their reviews. Heck, even go through and audit and scan manually all of their reviews to see if there's a little process or a tip or a trick. After the service, they gave me a bunch of flowers and bought the CD that my grandfather loved the most, The Doors, and gave that to me as a present afterwards. That might be like a $50 commitment to you for like a little MP3 and a CD or a bunch of flowers. But imagine receiving that after I've just buried my grandfather, in my instance, with a really cool little keepsake to show that you listened to what that person liked. It might be an AFL Richmond scarf, it might be a Dockers scarf, it might be a Port Adelaide scarf, it could be anything, and a bunch of flowers that says, thinking of you, we hope you enjoyed your service, we'd love to know what you think. How can people say no to that? And that's that extra mile that you can go to really start generating the momentum with high quality leads. That then ends up to word of mouth. They leave reviews organically. You start to rank higher and you start to really give it to your competition in the area from this free tool and 5 to 10 minutes of work a day on your profile. I hope that helped. I'll see you on the next one. For more information, simply click below. There's whole blog guides and everything related to this that goes through a step-by-step guides. But put this one in action. Let me know what you think. I hope to see that it works for you as well as it has worked for me in the past. Cheers.